Here we are. Yo, Merry Christmas, everybody. Look at my festive tabletop. I changed the background from the old Starship, Star Trek, whatchamacallit room. Man, I had to get my whatchamacallit in somewhere, but there it is, right out of the gate, to this little winter wonderland, because this is going to be a festive holiday season kind of a deal that I'm going to do here. Let's shoot over to right monitor, right out of the gate. This is Fantasy Atlas, creating tabletop D&D tabletop battle maps. Choose a level, 4-7 or 1350, and he's got up 318 patrons. He's doing all right, but he makes pretty cool maps. This is a kind of cool looking Tales of Daring Tales of Adventure kind of a map going on there. This would have been a nice compilation, Viking Longhouse, to help with the one that I built. But he's the guy that did the map, Patreon Fantasy Atlas. I like the long maps for some reason. I don't know what it is. They just appeal to me. There's a cool looking graveyard outside of some place. Just become a patron. There it is. Shooting back over to the TTS, I'll show you what I did. I took one of his maps that I found on Reddit, and I converted it into a 3D map. No gate. Is my light is normal? Yes, it is. I usually leave the names on. I don't want to make any claims. This is a free map. I'm giving it away. You'll find it on my Games Workshop. It is on One World Game Table with Images. That is where you'll find all the maps that I make. Look it up on the Steam Workshop. You'll find it. I think there's about 100 maps or something like that that I've made, that I've thrown out there to help the RPG community play some games. But anyways, that said, here it is. This is the map. I took a bunch of frost-looking trees for 3D models, and these little rocks and some sticks and twigs. And this kind of has a bit of a lumberyard feel to it. I'm not really quite sure what he was thinking, unless, and I shouldn't say a lumberyard. There's a lot of chopped down trees and stumps and stuff like that in this map. And I'm thinking the reason is because it sort of helps promote the idea that all those trees were cut down to build this gate. Hence the snow gate. You can see that it's actually snowing. But this map is actually pretty sweet for one simple reason. There's a little bit of a trough in the front. A little, I can't remember what you call these things, so I'm going to whatchamacallit this bad boy again. But yeah, you pop down into this little canal, little moat kind of a thing, dry moat, and there's a bunch of sharp twigs and stuff in there. That's where I'm laying down damage on my players for falling in there. I'm doing things like slowing down your movement rate, making it super hard. You want to climb up some of these cliffs or these little ice hills here to try and get some perch or some advantage, and you fall. Whew, you take an extra when you smash into those things. You know, I'm gonna porcupine you with those bad boys. So that's kind of a neat little extra security feature for people behind the gate. And one other thing too that I wanted to show you too. This would be a great Christmas map for like a lot of things. If you're running a winter campaign kind of a thing. If I shoot back over to the right monitor, Printable Heroes. I use a lot of his minis in my games. You can get Dwarf Klaus, which is old Santa here, for free. He also has a prop, which is a little present, so you can drop these things in. I actually have some, and this is kind of my favorite one, the Mimic prop. So what I did was I would have my players roll a d4, and then on the off chance that they rolled a 1 or a 4 or something like that, I would go from the prop present to the Mimic present, and then I would attack them and just sort of kick their butts and take their names. If I shoot back to the Printable Heroes main thing here real quick, come on, do your business. Why are you not doing your business? Oh, maybe because I got this put in here? These guys are the guys that I'm going to show right now. These are also free. Xvarts, I'm not sure where these come from. The Xvart miniatures are unofficial fan content permitted under the fan content policy, blah, blah, blah. He's created them and thrown them in here. So, back to the map. I've taken my little Xvart guys. They kind of remind me of, like, you know, maybe little evil goblins or something like that. And, yeah, oh, one fell into the pit. That's not good for him. Good for me, but, oh, he keeps falling into the pit. It's a bug, or it's a feature, not a bug. There we go. Prop him up there. Yeah, little Santas, little gate security dudes. Where's my third guy gone to? He's hiding back in the ground here somewhere. Your party needs to get through the snowy gate. It's on their way to wherever it is they need to go. And, you know, in order to get there, they got to pass through this gate. The people that were here, maybe you've got some human civilization that was, you know, built here when these guys came in and started kicking ass and taking names. And this is your actual end prize adventure. You got to get through the gate, kill these things, and maybe rescue some humans or something like that. Lots of things you can do with this map. And yeah, it turned out really well too. I fixed the art underneath here so that this piece wouldn't show up and whatnot. Put in some stairs. It's got multiple levels. It's got a great big catapult, which is kind of sweet. I think I have some snowballs or something like that I could put in here, or you can drop in here if you find them, little white rocks or something like that you can toss at your players as they start coming down this road. You know, they're making their way to make some negotiations, and kablamo, you start wailing them with the frickin' catapult action, which is pretty cool. But yeah, here it is. Fantasy Atlas Snowgate. This will be available on the One World game table with images. One other thing too that I want to show you guys before we take off and call this a video. My table doesn't actually have any hands on it, which means like if somebody was to come, there would be no color that they could pick, right? It's just black because this is just my work table. I don't have any of that stuff on here. One thing cool that I just found out is that if you were to take say like a deck of cards, of which I have many. Let's go to my Savage World stuff, adventure deck. I'll throw this sucker on the table. I cannot currently deal to anybody. I could load my other table up, but that would take a while. So you can shuffle, cut, split, spread, deal. Something I just figured out. I don't know why I keep looking over at this monitor, but I do. When I mouse over it, it says deal to all seated players. Normally what I would do is I would go over to the black and hit deal to all. Here's the difference between the two. Deal to all will deal to every hand at your table. So if you have a seat that does not have a player in it, let's say for example you have 5 players, or 3 players but 5 seats, orange, yellow, green, teal, and blue. Let's just say that those are the people, or those are the seats available, but you only have somebody sitting at, say, like orange, yellow, and green, and teal and blue are inactive. Nobody has chosen them because you've got 3 of 5 players. Deal to all seated players allows you to deal to the people that are sitting at the table, so it won't deal to teal or blue if you have those hands set. Where are the hands here? Here are the hands, right? So you can go over and I can make a hand by just drawing a box, and then I right click on that, and I want to go to I want to make that orange. I'll make another box, click on this, make this yellow, and another box, click on this, and I make it green. Now they disappear. Those are the hands. When somebody chooses one of those colors, that's where they're sitting at the table. Right click on this, deal to all, deals to cards even though people aren't here. There's nobody at the table. So when I go to reset, if I right click, hopefully this doesn't make me look like the fool that I usually look like, deal to all seated players. If you have one person sitting at yellow, I think if I change my color and I go to say yellow, and I click on this, and I just go down to deal and click deal, it just deals to me. I think that is a cool feature. I don't know why that wasn't there, or I didn't know that that was there, but it saves you the time of having to edit a bunch of stuff. You know, edit your hands. What I like to do is just delete them. You click on them, right click and hit delete. If nobody's there using them, and then I'll just build them next time. But that is a time-saving feature. Look at this. I got Asian kids. I got people phoning me. All right, that's it for this video, everybody. You'll find this on the workshop. Peace out. Merry Christmas.